Greetings, everyone. My name is Ken Billions. This is Coin Gang Ministry. I'm coming through with that Black arrogance philosophy. How you doing? Salutations, greeting, wherever you are at. I appreciate you for being here because, as always, I don't take this for granted. You could be anywhere in the world, but you're rocking with your boy, so I appreciate you. Hey, before we get started, when you come in the chat, let me know if you can see me, press 1. If you can hear me, press 2. If you can see me, press 1. And if you can hear me, press 2. And then we can get this thing started, man. All right. How you guys doing, man? How's the family? And how you guys living? How you feeling about the rest of the year? How's it looking for you? 2020, I admit, has been bizarro world. But if you're here right now, you're chosen, clearly, because a lot of people are not here, right? So if you're here right now, you're chosen, and you one of them ones, right? So we're gonna end this year the right way. Gonna end this year with a bang, right? And we're gonna end this year going in the up on in with a vibe, right? I do believe that they're going to shut us down again. All right. So if that happens, just be ready. This is an interesting political year, so I can't tell you what to look out for, but I do believe there will be on lockdown again. And so now that I'm saying that, do a little bit of preparation because I do believe we will be on lockdown again. So if that's the case, be ready and just get your mindset ready for 2021 because things are about to be a little interesting. So, be selfish. Hold your energy, hold your attention, focus on your family, focus on your children. And and we're going to end this year right. All right. So how do I look? Everything will go. This doesn't move forward unless you guys say, yeah, everything top shelf. So am I sounding good? And can you hear me clearly? All right. Okay. If I sound good and the optics right, then I'm gonna move forward. All right. Oh, real quick. Anybody that ever hit that cash up, I appreciate you. Right? You know who you are. I want to run down the names, but I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? I got something in the works strictly for you. All right. So listen, I don't want to waste time. Make sure you like and share the video. Make sure you like and share the video. Today, everybody, Coin Gang, right? We are talking about planting. You're like, planting? Yeah. We're talking about cultivation. We're talking about arrival, offering, and scalability. All right. Planting, cultivation, arrival, offering, and scalability. Now, why do I come up with this stuff to talk about? We could talk about current events, trending topics. Why do we talk about what we talk about here at Coin Gang Ministry? See, it's not just me talking. It's you guys too for showing up. Why do we do this? To be what? The tallest tree in the forest. Because we are who? We are the stone that the builders rejected, but we're here, right? So what we do here, why we come up with these topics, they're not the most sexy, but the reason we do this is because we always leave better than when we came. And when we go into our respective places, we are an addition. Not everybody can say that. Not everybody can say that when they come in a room, they are walking value. Not everybody can say that. I want y'all to understand that. We're making these gradual steps to be better men, women, children. We're making these gradual steps to be the illest version of ourselves. We don't make excuses here. This is why we talk about what we talk about. We like to have a separation between us and everyone else because we understand that we're doing things that everybody don't want to do, willing or eager to do, and can't do. Accountability, real self-love, right? So that's why we do what we do here. That's why we talk about what we talk about here, right? And we don't get the most views over here. But that's great. You know why? Because less is more, right? The knowledge has more value when only a few people receive it. It means something, right? The listener can have a sense of pride because they are assured that swine don't get this message. We're talking about planting, cultivation, arrival, offering, and scalability. The topic of my conversation is the power of a seed. The power of a seed. Do you know when you're eating an apple? Do you know that started with a seed? That watermelon, it started from a seed. The things that we enjoy in life comes from a hidden place. We're getting the physical version of it, but it started in the unseen. Check. So over here, you know, we like to do visualizations. So we're going to do one right now. All right. But our visualization is going to be a visualization present as of today. So as of today, be honest. Look at the things you love. Look at the things you hate. Are there things in your life that's missing? And are there things in life you want to remove? Do you know that's all seed? That wife you have, that husband you have, that job you have, where you live, how you look right now, your friends, the car you drive, all that is based on a seed. Every single thing in our life is based on seed. Here's the thing though. Our seed is controlled by the matrix. What is a matrix? A womb. A matrix is a womb. Our seed is controlled by a womb. Okay? Whatever you are in at the moment is what controls your seed. So that husband or wife or baby daddy, your friends, everything you have in your life right now, the reason it's there was based on the womb that you was in at the time. Okay? You got to be mindful of the womb that you are in, because the womb that you are in controls the seed. All right? I can look at your children or your mate or even you and know what kind of womb that you're in. Environment is everything. Okay? If you don't like something in your life, you think changing the person out is the thing, but it's not. If you don't like something in your life, you think you could just go read The Secret or the Four Agreements. Doesn't matter. Because the womb that you are in is controlling the seed. You have to adjust the matrix. Now, it's so many types of matrix. You have a poverty matrix where when you go outside, it's not safe. The buildings are dilapidated. The infrastructure is not quality, right? You have a belief system matrix where you think based on your belief, the entire world is against you. You're easily triggered by clickbait, news headlines, celebrity gossip, right? You think Meg Thee Stallion situation has something to do with you. That's a matrix. That matrix is controlling your seed. It does not matter how many phones you get rid of. It does not matter how many affirmations you do. It does not matter how many level up seminars you do. If you don't change the womb that you're in, then you cannot change the seed. Check. Now, just a little more detail about the womb. Matrix means womb. Now, the womb is whatever is housing you at the time, whatever is covering you at the time, whatever is what you are insulated in at the time. So if you are insulated in hatred, if you are insulated in an environment of self-doubt, if you are insulated in poverty, if you are insulated in pop culture narratives, if you are insulated in gossip or what you consider generational curses, that is controlling your seed. What is the seed? The mind. The Kabbalion teaches us that what? All things are mental. The universe is mental. It's not emotional. Emotions come from the human meat suit. When you step into this avatar, it has emotions already pre-coded in it. But that ain't the universe, though. The universe is mind. All right? So you are in the image and likeness of what? The universe, which is mind. So the matrix that you're in is controlling your what? Your mind. The seed is a representation of your mind. The seed is what leaves the mind and manifests in the physical reality. Again, it does not matter how many times you change your number. It does not matter how many times you break up with that man or that woman. It does not matter because everything you're experiencing is because of your seed. Your seed is being controlled. Check your belief system. Check the things that you watch on television. Check the things that you're listening to and the things that you are watching with your eyes. I say guard your eyes and your ears with your life. See, there's a stool for the things that you eat. The things that you eat comes out. The things that you listen to and watch does not. We are talking about seed today. I keep myself away from certain thought processes because I don't want that thought process to affect my seed. I stay away from certain people because I don't need them to affect my seed. Because we mimic each other's behavior without even knowing it. So if I begin to hang with people that talk bullshit without even knowing it, I will mimic them. Hand gestures, body language, certain accents and sounds, right? It is perfectly fine to be a vibe snob. You have to. Because everything that you interface with has an effect on your seed. Okay? Be mindful of that. It is fine if you think you're all that. You are protecting yourself. It is fine if you don't kick it no more. You're protecting yourself. That's smart. That's the intelligent thing to do. Why? Because you are protecting your seed. All right? So be mindful of the matrix that you are in. What is the matrix again? Womb. It's whatever is covering you. It's the home that you reside in. Whatever you're most familiar with, that is the womb that you're occupying at particular time. They say it takes 21 days to form a new habit. To change the womb that you're in, that's based on habit. You might not even know you are in an environment that is killing your seed. But we're going to get into it because all you have to do is look at what's showing up consistently in your life. That's based on seed. That man you are with is based on seed. I don't want to hear anything about fuck boys, sis. You created them from your seed. Don't come to me, homeboy, talking about your baby mama. Don't come to me. Why are you complaining? Your seed produced that. That's what you wanted for whatever reason. But you didn't know that your matrix that you were in was controlling the seed. Let's talk about planting. You got to be extremely careful where you put your seed. A lot of you plant your seeds and you don't think about outcome. Work your way backwards. Think about the outcome you desire and then think about where you're planting your seed. Does where you're planting your seed match up with the outcome? This is why emotions are a problem. You have to be a lord and a governor over your emotions, because if you're not, your emotions are going to put you in the poorhouse. Your emotions are going to put you in jail. Your emotions are going to influence you to do things that you can't repair. Emotions are made to be mastered. They cannot rule over you. It is a flaw in the human meat suit. And you better get control of it now, because AI don't have no emotions. The future ain't emotional. Think about outcome. Many of us don't. We just do things. We don't know why we do things. But the reason why we don't know why we do what we do is because we are from a matrix or a womb that never developed impactful decision-making skills. So we do whatever we want and then we cry about the results and then we want to be bailed out. We want to do whatever the hell we want at any time. And then when the results are not in our favor, we are pissed off. I get it though. I can relate. Because the matrix that I was housed in just told me YOLO. The matrix that I was housed in said you only live once. Do without will. Cool. Never said anything about results. It never said anything about living with regret. It never dealt with, okay, what now? There was never a contingency plan for bad decisions. Get my likes up, man. Stop playing with me. Get my likes up. Because I need to make sure that I'm planting my seed in the right space. I shouldn't have to tell you to like a video. Right? What does that say about this ministry or what we do here if can't like a video? Just press the like button. Bam. That's it. All right. Outcome. Seeing the end of a thing. If I do this, the probability of this happening. Look at it like that. If I get this woman pregnant, the probability of us getting along. If I marry this man, oh, he's a provider. Okay, what if he loses his job? What if his job gets taken over by robots? You need to consider that. Is this a person that you want to be with if they get in a car accident and they lose the ability to walk? Is the feelings the same? Consider everything. Consider that man leave you with them children for a younger woman. Consider that. Consider she leave you, bruh, for a dude with more bread or a bigger cock. Consider that. Life happens like that. Outcomes. Outcomes. Think in terms of outcome. You have a relationship or a job or a project that you're thinking about. Start at the end of it. As best as you can, think about every possible outcome with this relationship. Consider everything. And then after you are done considering that, do you still want to plant your seed there? Your beginning should align with the outcome that you desire. It's two places you can plant your seed, and I'll let you decide. You can plant your seed in people, or you can plant your seed in a thing. Right? Most of you have planted your seed in people, and you can't get over the hump right now because your heart is broke. You've been deceived, lied to, used up, neglected, mistreated, forgotten about. You put your seed in people. You could have, and you still can, put your seed in a thing. What do you mean by that, Ken Billions? If you've ever had a house built, the developers come to you with your house here. Before your house is ever built, you see it on paper. Now, a proven method of efficient creation throughout time has been when human beings put their thoughts on paper. Those thoughts wind up taking a life of their own in the material reality. We can't debate this. Before an investor will invest in your business, they need to see a business plan. They need to see the numbers where. See, they're not just going to plant that financial seed into you. They need to see something on paper. Now, the reason why your heart is broke, the reason why you feel like fuck everybody is because you deal with fantasy. Because you are emotionally driven, because in school they told you what to think, not how to think. So you think with your feelings, but you can't eat that. I go to the market often. I'm going down the aisles. I ain't never seen feelings. I've never been able to sprinkle some feelings on my favorite food. I never been able to put that on a slice of bread. I never been to a car lot and been like, oh, that's feelings. Why? because that ain't going to get me where I need to go. But transportation will. I cannot use feelings to get to Africa. I need a plane or a boat. You have been educated wrong, and you have found comfort in that miseducation matrix. How's that working for you? You don't know what feelings are. Your feelings are your instincts, the same as animals have, but you are not training them. You're using them for your intellect. If it's time to go with your feelings trained correctly, you'll get a feeling. Nah. You don't feel that because you use your feelings for conversation. Are you trying to say, no, I said what I said? No, it sounds like you're trying to say. How can someone try to say something? Either they say it or they don't. See, your feelings is looking for little shit in the combo. No, I said what I said. You have put your ideals in people, and you got the results that you got. And you can't move forward because someone has hurt you because you believe in fantasy. You have completely robbed individuals of their humanity by thinking there's something that they're not. You went through a man's pocket and found a woman's number. He's a man. Why are you surprised? Oh man, I got down on my luck and she left me. She's a woman. Human first. Why are you so shocked? Watch the Disney Plus, watch the app, but don't download the app into your mind, though. The world ain't Disney. That's a production. In the real world, men and women want to preserve themselves. So they make decisions that's good for them. It ain't personal. It's the game. And the quicker that you understand the nature of the game, the quicker you'll get where you gotta go. So you decide where you want to plant your seed. There is a proven method when you plant your seed in a book, on paper, on a scroll, on tablet. There is a physical reaction that happens in real time. And it has proven to deliver the most results. The words in this Quran are affecting the lives of billions of people, whether you agree with it or not. The United States Constitution, words, thoughts planted on paper, has created a standard of living that no human being has ever lived on this planet. See, if you plant your seed in something that delivers, you'll have the impact on human beings that you're desiring. You're putting your seed in the wrong places, and you continuously do it. Why? Because you get a dopamine rush from being let down. You are addicted to the feeling of failure. Why else would you continue in that behavior? You are addicted to the feeling of people being wishy-washy. You're addicted to the feeling of plans not going through. You're addicted to the feeling of woe is me. It produces a high. You are getting a positive feeling from negative experiences. plant your seed in people, or plant your seed in the area that'll amplify what you put down on that paper or that scroll or in that phone. Cultivation. Your seed has needs. Water is a need to make any plant grow. To make sure a child develops healthy in a womb, it has needs. What are the needs of your seed? Do you know why most people continuously live a mediocre, low-level, trash, poverty mindset? Do you know why? Because there's support over there. Y'all are willing to support negativity before you support light. This is why people act out. Because some people have a mindset that, you know what? I don't care if it's negative attention, as long as it's attention. Y'all are more willing to support dead shit. The deader it looks, the more support you'll give it. And this is why people reproduce it. Because when somebody says, I started a business, it's whispers. If that same individual said they got a job for $12 an hour, it's hella comments in there. I'm considered to be a black man in America. This is what they say. I don't agree, but this is what they say. And as a black man in America, I will get more support if a cop blows my goddamn head off. Then I'll get the dollar amount that I'm looking for. Why not just give it to me now while I'm building this ministry? It's too alive. I'm too shiny. My shirt is too white. If I start doing videos from my phone again, I'll get more support. Look at the psychology of that. A woman has to ruin her life before y'all step in. A man got to ruin his life before y'all step in. Why? Because it's support over there. People recognize the seed of dysfunction, so they support it. When people are moving and treading in the direction of success, it blinds people. People really don't know what to do with that except sabotage. If you're moving forward, you have to be clear about your seed, because people only know how to support dead things. So you have to be clear about your seed and what you need to be able to cultivate that. First, you have to understand that at first, the game is going to be hella cold to you. You're going to start that business and you're going to drop a tear because the people you thought that was going to support ain't. You thought all that laughing and carrying on Facebook that these people were actually supporters. No. They just show up to be entertained. So there goes a heartbreak. You thought the feminist girls that was joined up with you to call a man a fuckboy, you thought they was going to support your new business venture. No. You thought the homies, y'all getting chicks together, socking niggas together, hustling together. You going legit now. The homie should support that, right? No. That's what you call a cold market. And you're going to be crying in your baby feelings because you can't turn that cold market into a hot market. They don't have what you need. This is why a lot of people, when they're moving forward, they can't withstand that first, so they go back to what's familiar. That matrix that I was talking about again. It is a home. Why does that rapper go back to the hood? It's familiar, even though he could get his brains blown out. Some people scale and continue to lay down with trash. Why? It's familiar. You got to be clear about the needs of your seed, and you got to be able to handle that upfront pain, but it'll get greater later. It'll get greater later, but you got to be able to handle that upfront letdown. And you got to be strong-minded because you're going to think that you are failing. It ain't that. It ain't that. It's the people that are around you don't know how to handle light. You're fucking too bright. So your supporters are going to drop down. You might even go through a period of slander. It'll get greater later, though. And you'll see what you're made of if you can withstand that first period of the cold market. It might be 2 years. You might have to sleep in the car to get that business off the ground because you are taking the money for your house and putting it into a business, which is a baby in itself. You might not get no new kicks or panties or bra. But it'll get greater later because I promise you one thing that America has shown, that if you keep showing up every single day and you keep knocking at the door, somebody gonna answer. But you gotta resist the temptation of going back into the womb that you understand. So you go from planting, then you go into a space of cultivation. This is what I need, and draw a line in the sand based on those needs and don't budge from it. And be clear about the needs. No. Arrival. The reason why it's important to plant here, so when you arrive, you know what you're looking at. A lot of the times, we sabotage our life and what we have going on because we made it and we don't even know it. Do you know many people are on the bottom right now because when they were winning, they didn't know? They didn't know they were winning. So the self-destruct button took over and they just ruined everything and they got a dub. They didn't know that. They did not know that they had arrived because they don't know what it looks like. Some of you are about to break up with the only person that could really deal with you because you don't think you got to win. I'm settling. Do you know you're trash? Let's be clear here. Those level up people are lying to you. You're trash. You have a win right now. You're being delusional. You're garbage. And somebody found you. A job found you. A church home found you. Some people are asking you to hang out. You're trash. I know my worth. You have none. Grace and favor is covering you right now. Don't gamble. I guarantee you crap out. Aces is coming for your ass. That's the self-destruct button. Oh, snap. Huh. You don't have to train to be in lack. You don't have to train to be in poverty. You don't have to train. You do have to train to be successful, though. You do have to train to be happy. That is an actual training and a mindset. And if you don't learn it, you may ruin the best possibility or opportunity that you have to be the first in your family. You are right there, but you don't know that you have arrived because you haven't planted your seed in here. See, when you plant your seed in something like this, you can erase it and redo it. You can scribble it out. Right now, you can create what you look like 10 years from now, where you live, what your kids look like, what car you are driving. See, there's no rules in here. Physics don't apply. You steady trying to put your seed in the people and control other people. You trying to control a man, sis. He is an individual before he met you. Technically, he don't owe you shit. Bruh, she is a human being first. Not your wife first. Not your girlfriend first. It's human. And you get off on controlling her, but humans are unpredictable. The only thing you have control over that is yours is when you plant your seed here. All creation that man has done came on here, whether that is papyrus, paper, tablet, email, PowerPoint. The world is created on paper. What does it look like to arrive? Because how are you going to know you're winning? You need to think about that for a second. Because what you say you want is not going to come how you think it's going to come. Because we oftentimes don't create in specifics. There's a science to being specific. That means you leave nothing up to chance. You said you wanted a husband. Well, you got one. Oh, not him? Not him? Not her? That's what you said you wanted? Oh, nah. Oh, you talking about their flaw. Because you have this concept of what you deserve. Well, let me tell you again, just in case no one has told you, you are trash. You are only here because of grace and favor. Don't push your luck. You don't come from no inheritance. You don't come from no pedigree. You have heard some things on YouTube, been in some Facebook groups, and they've been actually trying to sell you shit. So they're talking about your value. You have none. Your name does not show up on the scoreboard. That's the rules of it. I come from trash. I'm trying to untrash myself and put my name up there with Elon Musk. You hear these names they talk about every day? That's who history remembers, not you. You could change it, but I'm talking about us of today. That little group that you think you're popping in, you die right now. No one remembers you. No school will have your name on it. No street is going to bear your name on it. It's the game, right? So you better know what it looks like to catch a win. Because these level up coaches, these gurus talking about what you deserve, you don't get what you deserve. You get what you earn. You deserve to die. That's it. You don't get what you don't get what you deserve. You get what you earn. I know that's a mind shift. I know my worth. How much is it? Can we put it on the NASDAQ? That shit flies on other platforms. Not here. You get what you earn. What does the market say about your worth? So let's be clear about arrival. What does it look like for you to win? So when it comes, you don't ruin everything. Because it's not about getting one win. It's about winning. And the bad thing about this living my best life mentality, it's for a weekend. It has everything to do with a picture. Oh, you took a vacation. You always know somebody that don't travel because they take pictures of places that is very cheap to go and they caption it with, yeah. No. You need to be able to do that as a lifestyle. But first it comes with arrival. If you really found love, how would you know? If that is the job that you say the Most High has for you, how would you know? It's important that you identify it so you don't mess it up. Offering. You have planting, cultivation, arrival, and now we are at offering. What's that, Ken Billions? What is the mode of transportation that you are going to use after your seed is here? Because you ain't going to keep it to yourself, right? Right? What is the vehicle that you're going to use to present this creation of yours? Even if it's just family, that's not just for you. How are you going to present it? What is the mode of transportation? What are you going to do? How are you going to offer this seed after it begins to take a life of its own? It's going to be bigger than you. How are you going to offer it? Or when your seed is here and it's now flourishing, do you just put it in a corner? It said, this little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. It's a little light. It's a little light. I'm going to let it shine. It ain't say I'm going to hide it. It ain't say I'm going to put it in the cupboard. I ain't going to lock it away in the safe. Nah, this little light of mine, I'm going to let this little light, I'm going to let it shine so the world know I was here. All right. You got a little light. How are you going to offer it? What is your version of IPO, initial public offering. What is your version of that to present that thing, that seed that is now took a life of its own? Movie writing, book writing, right? Song, dance, presentation, right? Or if your light is nothing but things based on personal development, can stay hidden, right? You're a new person. How will people know? How will people know that you have scaled and you are a different person? How are people going to know? You have to figure out what is the mode of transportation that you are going to use. Okay. We're past arrival. Now we're offering. What is your mode of transportation that you're going to use? All right. And finally, scalability. This is important because sometimes we can be too in bed with our seed. And we have to be aware of season. Is it the season for our seed? And sometimes our seed can become our slave master. So it's important to look at the scalability of that seed. Have you taken it the furthest you can go? Or is there more to it? Sometimes people are actually mad at a person building a business and selling the business. Oh, how could you do that? Bob Johnson sold BET. People are mad he sold BET. It's a business. Someone made the man an offer and he budged. Sometimes the things that we own or are these relationships or these seeds, sometimes they begin to weigh us down. Sometimes our seed becomes our enemy, right? Sometimes we don't know when this is as far as this thing goes. Emotions, right? The seed is telling you that there's no more to this relationship. We had an incredible run. But your emotions are hanging on to it. Your emotions are, no, there's more. So it's important to look at the scalability of the seed. Is this over? Lay it all out and be honest. Or can we take this thing further? That is super hard. That requires a lot of intellect. That requires a lot of looking at the current results that the seed is showing as of today. This is your baby, right? This is what you've been working hard for, what you took losses for. I get it. Charles Darwin talks about that it's not about the species that is the strongest or the biggest or the ones that run the fastest. It's about what species can adapt. That's the species that'll survive. The seed that you create, whatever that is, must be aligned with the now. Because if it isn't, you're going to die. Physical death, financial death, energy. If the seed fits in to now and there's scalability and it can become and transform into something else, then you rock with it. But if the seed, your baby, your love, this thing that came out of here, if it's becoming a burden for you, if it's becoming heavy luggage that you're carrying around, well, then you have to make another decision. The beauty about it is where that seed came from the infinite mind, so you can go get more, because that wasn't luck. It's important for us to focus on the unseen, because things in the unseen control what happens in the seen. Your unseen is being controlled by media, it's being controlled by frequencies, it's being controlled by language, narratives, and a concept of time. Number one, you have to get on your own time, not world time, your own time. And you do that by studying how you feel, where you're at, right? Taking a real hard, good look at yourself, right? Way too much current events, way too much of he said, she said, and politics. Way too much. Remember how we opened this up with a conversation about the womb, the matrix. The matrix has a control over your unseen. All right. So you want to focus on developing the things in the unseen. The quickest way I know to really, 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 really dive headfirst in the unseen is fasting. Because that is a universal human urge that everybody indulges in. But if you're unsure on where to start, that's the one thing you have control over: what goes in your mouth. Maybe it might be chicken. You fast from that. Then it's juice and you go in the water. You just gradually go make steps. And you're doing that for discernment. You're doing that so you can really hear what's going on above the neck. So you can really, 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 really get in tune with that seed. You got to control the womb that you are in. That matrix. You're responsible for the matrix. You need to change your womb, because your womb that you are in is controlling the seed, is controlling the output. You need to change the input. You got to be accountable for that. No excuses. We are in the information age. This is not about the group. This is not about the we. This is about the me. You are responsible for changing the womb that you are in. If it's familiar and it feels good and it's comfortable, then it is the enemy. If it is not challenging you, if it's not forcing you into uncomfort, it is the enemy. And you are accountable for the things that you have heard. If you heard something and you believe the things that you heard, you go ahead and follow me on IG, Ken_Billions83. If you heard something and you agree, you believe what you heard, go ahead and follow my YouTube page. Just type in Kenny Brisbane in the search engine, right? I need some followers. If you're on Facebook and you agree with what you heard, go ahead and step your top fan badge up to a supporter badge. If you heard something and you agree with it, go ahead and hit the Cash App. Fair exchange, no robbery. Value for value. My name is Ken Billions. This is what we do here at Coin Gang Ministries. Our philosophy is Black arrogance. That is the counter to so-called white supremacy. That is the counter to so-called systematic oppression. It is a offensive philosophy. It is a counter of for years being told we are hunted. It is a counter of for years being told we are less than, we are second-class citizens. It is a counter for being told your nose is big and your hair is nappy. It is a counter for a poverty philosophy. A woman can have Black arrogance. A child can have Black arrogance. A man can have Black arrogance. And you start right where you are by changing your mind. And when you change your mind, you change your behavior and you raise your standards and you profess out of your mouth unapologetically that lack ain't the wave, that this idea of oppression ain't the wave, and you're not a pop culture whore, and you're not going to be strung along and going with the narrative. Don't include you in statistics. Don't include you in data. It has nothing to do with you. What everybody isn't has nothing to do with you. Check. So here at Coin Gang Ministries, we follow a philosophy of Black arrogance. You show and prove, and you are willing to do the things others are not to get where you are trying to go. Don't include me with the they. Over here, we are not in the we business. We are in the me business. Until next time, y'all. Peace and love.